They're stoking fears about Black and brown Americans, lying about how minorities will destroy the suburbs, whipping up violence and intimidation, and they're pinning it all on what's been an overwhelmingly peaceful movement for racial solidarity. It's true.
Clear how I characterize this. This is mostly a protest. It is not, generally speaking, unruly.
It is not unruly.
So when we start coming to the suburbs, when we come to the government center, then what y'all gonna do? You see what I'm saying? So, hey, that's just what's gonna happen, you know?
It's true. Research backs it up. Only a tiny fraction of demonstrations have had any violence at all. So what the president is doing is once again patently false. It's morally wrong. And yes, it is racist.
Should the statue of Churchill be there or not, do you think?
Well, I've heard many arguments on both sides. Some say that he's a racist, some say that he's a hero. I haven't personally met him, but what I would say is that that question of whether he should remain should be put to the community.
Is about getting Joe Biden in the White House, somebody who can heal and unify the nation, and remove Donald Trump and consign him and those who've supported him in the Senate to the trash heap of history.
But that doesn't mean it won't work.
The terrorist Trump must be defeated, must be destroyed, must be devoured at the ballot box. And then he and his enablers and his supporters and his collaborators and the Mike Lees and the William Barrs and the Sean Hannitys and the Mike Pences and the Rudy Giulianis and the Kyle Rittenhouses and the Amy Coney Barretts must be prosecuted and convicted and removed from our society while we try to rebuild it.
Statues and vandalized the music concourse area Friday night. Videos posted to social media show the moment Francis Scott Key was dragged to the ground. Protesters knocked down the statue of former President and Civil War General Ulysses S. Grant and the statue of Junipero Serra.
One man climbs onto the pedestal of the statue and dumps a bucket of red paint on the head of Christopher Columbus. The other man spray paints the word genocide below his feet.
Because this is a difficult time, a confusing time. And when people hear these lies and crazy conspiracies repeated over and over and over again, they don't know what to think.
Far-right extremists tried to infiltrate protests when groups like the Proud Boys, or as they call them, the Boogaloo Boys, began to also appear at the peaceful Black Lives Matter protests, trying to hijack the agenda, trying to inject violence into it.
I will go out and say that the Proud Boys as a whole, I will say this on behalf of the entire national organization, denounce white supremacy. We are in no way, shape, or form white supremacists. We have a vetting system that just gets those guys out of our hair. We do not have anything to do with white supremacy. We do not have anything to do with the Ku Klux Klan. We denounce those organizations.
Antifa is an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you got it.
Not militia. Have you ever heard this president say one negative thing about white supremacists? Have you ever heard it?
Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans.
Have you ever heard this president say one negative thing about white supremacists? Have you ever heard it?
With everything going on in their lives, they don't have time to fact-check falsehoods being spread throughout the internet.
Food being served, there's a medical tent, people are camping out, there's live music at night, they're watching movies. So it's sort of a contradictory situation. On the one hand, it began with force, but right now it's peaceful. Anderson?
And if the president were to, quote, go in as he's threatened, what would the response be? I mean, can people come and go from this area? I mean, is this an area that has been, I mean, the president makes it sound like this is an area that has been taken over and is being ruled by, you know, somebody. you know, is being ruled by I don't know how we would describe them.
And even reasonable people might get scared.
They are. All right, watch out. All right.
Fuck the police.
What is it?
Fuck the police.
All right.
Fuck the police.
Say it.
And the one thing this president is really, really good at is using fear and confusion and spreading lies to win.
Before we even get started, let's say the elephant in the room. President Trump's in the hospital from COVID, and I just want to say my heart goes out to COVID. So,
I just think COVID is God's gift to the left.
I know people that does not support Obama, and they I never once heard out of their mouth that they would wish death on him. Never. Not anyone. One of the things that I saw was some liberals said, well, you wish, that you were happy and celebrated when RGB died. As far as I know, no one on the right did. They all sent condolences to them and said, that her family then were praying for them. They never were happy about it at all. And I think that is absolutely disgusting, and it shows the type of hatred and what is inside of them, the type of spirits that they have. That they would actually just wish death on anyone, but the fact that they would wish death on a president, and to me that should be illegal, because to me that is absolutely hate speech.
Yeah. If you could give President Trump, or if you were able to talk to President Trump tonight, what would you like him to know?
I would like to say, Mr. President, I am so sorry for believing the lies that the mainstream media has just projected on me and that I fell for and I believed. I stand by you. I love you. I thank you for what you're doing for this country, and I'm so sorry that I just took it for granted and I did not even see it. But I do see it now, and you have one more supporter.
You're alone. You're alone now. You're alone. All your friends left. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You look dumb. That's fun.
Yes, I do, sir.
You want a donut, Piggy? Please? Piggy, yeah, it's all yours.
Oh, I would like to, but you're
that's one of those crumb cakes.
Oh, that is delicious.
You sure you don't want it?
I do.
Take it.
No, I want it.
Come on, Piggy.
Coffee cake. How many points is that on Jimmy Craig?
Come on, Piggy.
How many points?
You know you want it. You sure you don't want it?
No, we definitely.
No, I'm on a diet, sir.
All right.
Will and one is two different things that would love it.
Big bag show. I know he loves his donut.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, there we go.
So while we're walking from one cop to another, what exactly are you doing right now?
Oh, I'm pig fishing. Do you want a donut?
Law enforcement, law and order organization and structure is being eroded.
They're filming it, so they're trying to elicit a reaction from us. Oh, the police are so aggressive.
A policeman is a pig, rude policeman. He abuses his power. You know? A generality, generalization like that.
You know you want a donut. All right, you safe tonight, sir.
Thanks for being out here.
Don't worry, folks. The free society you've been pissing on is gone. Civilization had to fall, and it will. Don't worry.
Here, we have all this artificial's body claiming power. If the power is denied to them, they take it by force.
Black Lives Matter. Louder, Jimmy, say it so that Mike Pence can hear it. Black Lives Matter.
Say Black Lives Matter.
You put the fist up, you gotta say Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, say Black Lives Matter, homie.
Feel better.
Say fucking Black Lives Matter right now.
Black Lives Matter.
Say Black Lives Matter, bro. No,
You didn't? I didn't hear
say
shit,
it,
bro. Okay, say it. I'm proud. Look, let him talk.
This is the part where the white people start to applaud. Oh. And nod. Oh.
What the fuck?
Thank you, Jimmy.
The media puts himself in the opposition to the society in general, at large.
That Donald Trump couldn't find Ukraine on a map if you had the letter U and a picture of an actual physical crane next to it. He knows that this is, you know, an administration defined by ignorance of the world. And so that's partly him playing to their base and playing to their audience, you know, the credulous boomer Rube demo that backs Donald Trump, that wants to think that Donald Trump's a smart one and y'all elitists are dumb.
You elitists with your geography and your maps and your spelling, even though
your math and your reading.
Yeah, you're reading, you know, your geography, knowing other countries.
As George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and a never-ending list of innocent people of color continue to be murdered, stating the simple fact that a Black Life Matters is still met with derision from the nation's highest office.
You're a class trader. You're working class.
But can't
you
we
probably
have our
make
own
70
opinion?
grand a year
You
just
can
like
have your
we
opinion,
do.
right?
And yet you're policing us.
You can have your opinion.
Blah 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 blah. You guys are in the wrong right now.
I've been called Uncle Tom. I've been called turncoat. It is what it is.
A never-ending list of innocent people of color continue to be murdered? That's what Michelle Obama told us. Well, no. So far this year, there have been a total of 8 unarmed black men killed by police in this country. Not a never-ending list, 8. Last year, there was a total of 14. So what Michelle Obama just told you is a total lie, a calculated lie, a lie designed to make America more fearful, more angry, more divided, and thereby help her candidate win.
The other side, they just want to shove their beliefs, their orthodoxies down our throat because they're not interested in conversation. They vilify people like Jason Riley. They don't want the conversation, they want power. And people like me and Jason, we're in their way. People like you are in their way. Now, it's easy to accuse you plainly and only because of the color of your skin. You're a white man, you have white privilege, and therefore, shut up, get out of the way.
Come on, get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Call the police.
You call the police.
You call.
You got it.
But getting out the vote, getting our families out to vote, getting our elderly out to vote, getting our masjids out to vote, getting our neighborhoods out to vote. So let's do our part and join the largest Muslim voter mobilization in America, the Million Muslim Votes campaign. Let's roll up our sleeves. Let's make our voices heard. Because we got the means, we got the numbers, and we got the power.
From the streets to the city hall.
Has Joe Biden ever used a teleprompter during local interviews or to answer Q&A with supporters?
What will your administration do to help them give them that chance?
Let's move it up here. You know,
There used to be a basic part.
Joe Biden possibly, reading his responses from a teleprompter.
Social distancing and wearing masks, which I never do when I walk outside of this house. I never fail to do it. Now, one day, on day one.
Has Joe Biden ever used a teleprompter during local interviews or to answer Q&A?
It's trying to distract the American people.
Can you say yes or no?
Brett?
Yes or no? You can't answer the question.
You know, the rapidly rising I don't know.
eBay, Peter Kirk Park. It's 4th Street, 4th Street.
These people who are organizing themselves, like Black Lives Matter, who are saying, instead of an individual coming to America or an American-born individual lifting themselves, getting the opportunity to lift themselves out of a bad situation, let's just give everything to the government. The government will do it for us. And I think that idea is a very, very bad one. And it's almost always got a bad outcome.
We say free all people of color, we're including your fucking ass too. You not realize that? What the fuck is so funny? What's so funny? What is so funny? What's the joke? You know what's funny? You know what the joke is? Your fucking Hispanic ass being in that fucking uniform and they don't give a fuck about you. What the fuck is the joke? There are kids that look just like you in border camps. Right at the fucking border. And you're fucking laughing.
Understand that my message won't be heard by some people. We live in a nation that is deeply divided, and I am a Black woman speaking at the Democratic Convention. You know that I tell you exactly what I'm feeling. You know I hate politics, but you also know that I care about this nation.
I understand that my message won't be heard by some people, Michelle Obama declared. Why won't they hear her message? Well, because they're bad people. That's why. Half the country is evil. They hate me for my race, says the woman whose husband was elected by that very same country twice in a row, hence allowing her to buy an $11 million spread on Martha's Vineyard, from which she lectures the plebe.
And it's sad to see, because they really could have used this moment to bring the country together.
Yes.
And I think Barack Obama definitely tried that in his COVID-19 messaging. But Michelle Obama has gone an entirely different route. And quite frankly, she's really bad at acting. This was theatrical.
No, I know.
It was cringeworthy, and it was uncomfortable to watch.
Were you a Trump supporter from day one?
Not at all. Not at all. I'm a convert. I'm a convert, you know. It takes a little bit of humility for me to say that, but yeah, I'm a convert, absolutely.
So what kind of brought you around? What made you realize, like, hey, this guy's doing stuff, I want to support him?
Well, it was a type of situation. I believed everything the media told me. I believed, I drank the Kool-Aid, so to speak. And it got to the point where, you know, the type of person I am, I like to know why I don't like someone. I was told that he's a racist, but let me get some evidence, right? So I can be able to debate Trump supporters when it comes down to this, and I can be able to beat them down with facts. Started doing my research, and I was like, okay, well, I agree with that he said. I like that what he said. I like that Paul said it. I like this guy. I think I'm gonna go ahead and rock with this guy. So that's what I started doing, and I haven't stopped.
When people do their own research, they come around and support him.
Every time. And that's why I have such a, I don't want to say hate, but I have very unpleasant feelings when it comes to the media, because I was duped by them. I was duped by their lies. And you look at the media now, all they do is vilify the man. I mean, the man, he can walk on water, and they will protest him still. The man has been working tirelessly, not only fighting the media, but making our country better, making America great again. And the media do everything in their power, everything, to make sure that the American people know that he's nothing but Hitler. And it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous narrative, and I'm sick of it. We have the greatest economy under our president's leadership. I mean, the absolute greatest, I mean, the greatest numbers, unemployment numbers. People ask them, when was America great? You know, I've had a lot of black people who ask me, when was America great? When was America great? Well, now I really have a good answer. About a month and a half ago. So let's make it great again, baby. Let's make it great again. It's really good to have that when you had 8 years of a man who beat around the bush with his words, eloquently speaking. But now you have a man who's blunt, straight to the point, and tells it like it is, and people cannot stand it. Everyone talks about they hate real talk. Or they like real talk until he comes around. Now they hate real talk. It's kind of funny.
We all know Donald Trump makes no secrets about how he feels about things. Total honesty is what we as citizens deserve from our president. Whether you like it or not, you always know what he's thinking. And that is because he's an authentic person who loves this country and its people.